Anna Starkey from Prodio, and today I'd like to talk about motivating your production employees. Nowadays, when we have a great competition on the market, there are many companies, and sometimes it's even, we can say, employee market. We know that when you have a motivated employees who see the sense in working for your company, they understand your vision, then you can retain them and avoid high staff turnover. So it's, from your point of view as a company owner, very important to motivate people. How to do it? First task, let's say, you have to motivate production workers by addressing their needs. There are different needs, such as psychological, safety need, social need, self-esteem, self-fulfillment, and of course, when you address their needs, they will be happy to work in your company, and they will produce more. They'll be working more effectively. Let's start with the safety need. The elements of the safety need include stability of employment, the level of salary, healthy and safe work environment, predictability of managers' decisions, employees got a clear goals, and they feel that they work in a positive work environment. Of course, the economic need, it's important to some extent, because there is a level of salaries above which it is not so much important whether you give people more money or less. There will be level of contentment for them. But other goals should be met if you want to motivate effectively your employees. Very important, I would say even more important, once the basic needs are fulfilled, are the higher needs. According to Abraham Maslow, as we progress through the hierarchy of needs, self-esteem and self-actualization needs stand out. So employees need recognition. They need to see they do a good job. Their efforts get to be recognized. They get to be praised. Also, it's important from the social contents. They get to like coming to work. That they have to be, or they like to feel a part of a greater community. They have to feel needed. That what they do make sense. How in all of this works production planning, manufacturing software. We can address the workers' needs with the aid of this software. Of course, first of all, once you implement your production planning software, the need of safety, the basic need of safety might be in danger, because the decision of implementation, it means a change, it means introducing something new, and for the and both managers and employees might be afraid of that new situation and its consequences for the future. But if you motivate your employees correctly, in a right way, you can avoid this fear. You can present this implementation process in a positive way. But let's address them fears step by step. First fear the employees of a small company owners are afraid of is staff protest. Majority of decisions regarding implementation are taken on the higher levels. So the employees have very little to say. So hence they might feel that the new software, the new implementation is jeopardizing their position. There are some things happening they have no influence over. That actually the decision that the software is forced on them. Second popular fear is that the new manufacturing software is going to be difficult to use, and they won't learn how to use it. The older employees might not be able to learn how to use it. It's got consequences. I won't be able to use it. They might fire me. I will lose my job. I will feel useless, powerless. It's not a company for me to work. Another fear is that key employees will quit. If they don't accept the new software, they will quit. They have the knowledge of the company in their heads. They are the key employees of the company. What's gonna happen if they quit? I have to get new people. It will cost me money. It will be difficult. You have to train them. So it's another fear, and you have to motivate them to stay. I have to motivate my people to stay in the company somehow. It's hard. Majority of those fears are unfounded because working time and various programs, for instance, such as Employee of the Month, are very useful when you introduce your new production planning software and you combine it with a public praise, with showing people how good job they do. For example, when it comes to assessment, you can give them extra bonus, praise them how well they work. It can be presented as an incentive, as a positive point. And connected with this fear is the fact that you might have problems with your staff and with a high turnover. Yes, that people generally won't feel motivated to work in the company, which is making changes. They don't feel secure, or there might be a complaint about low productivity of production employees. That could be hard. But if you change it all into positive experience, you can motivate your workers. Remember that majority of people want to do a great job. If you take in an average company, 10 people, 10 random workers, there'll be always one person who is not motivated. They don't really want to work. It's hard to motivate it. They're always unhappy. There'll be one person who is a workaholic. No matter how much you pay them, no matter how much you push them, they'll be still working hard. Even if you give them time off, they'll be still just putting their nose to the grind. They'll be working. But 8 people, they are just people who are happy to work. If they motivated, they like the company, they like the environment, they want to just prove and do the good job. So back to the production management software. It can be a really great motivation tool, especially if we're looking at the social needs and the higher needs. And when you talk about the team and the social dimension, it can have a great impact on staff's morale, because this is a common factor when you implement a production planning software, that people see finally who's responsible for which tasks. You avoid conflicts and blaming. For instance, there was a mistake, and if you didn't have any software, it was hard to pinpoint the guilty one. Manager was saying it's your fault to the employees, and sometimes it was the opposite situation. It was him who made the last minute change, but employees took the blame. And if that situation is clear, who made a mistake or where we can improve working, it's a clear communication. So actually it helps to reduce conflict. You can collaborate better, because thanks to a production schedule, there is a way for seamless collaboration between your team members. What's the most important from the motivation point of view, when you introduce production planning software in your company, keep it as simple as possible, because you can be tempted to use all the features, to follow employees on every single step, take their actions minute by minute, but the minute changes, the small changes, step-by-step changes would work better for the motivation, because the fact of implementation is such a great revolution, is such a big change, that the other adjustments you have to make step by step, and let people get used to the idea of having something new in their company. So from the organization point of view, it's the best to follow these rules. Number 1, make no harm. Try to make it soft, try to take it easy on people. Secondly, make everyday day-to-day life easier for employees, to show them, to present an implementation, the use of new production planning system as a positive thing, not as a threat, not as a way to monitor them on every single step, not as a way to control their behavior, to make their everyday life easier. Try to find the balance between following all the indicators, collecting data, demanding from people to use your new software, from something you used to have in the company. Yes, do it easy and step by step, and stick to the plan, which is most important. Once you have a successful implementation, once you have production planning software in your company, stick to the plan. Don't try to go around production planning software to enter only some information in the system and leave the other things out of it. It's not going to work. There is no sense to implement anything like that. When you have a good production planning software, you see it's good for the production, it's good for the employees, and it's good for the morale. And it's a perfect tool to use to motivate your staff. So if you want to test production planning software such as Prodio, go to www.getprodio.com. There is a way to test it free for 14 days. Try it for free. It will help you with implementation. Also, it's self-onboarding, it's easy to use, and then you see how positively you can use it in motivation process to retain staff in your company.